Hey everyone, what's up? It's the boy, and today I have a super quick video on the iPhone 6 versus the iPhone 8. And before I even start, I want to say that this video is completely like opinion based almost. I have some facts and some specs and stuff, but for the most part, because the iPhone 8 hasn't officially been released yet, I'm just gonna say some of my opinions and just say whether you should update to the iPhone 8 from an iPhone 6. So starting off with the bodies, they're pretty similar, but at the same time they're kind of different. The iPhone 6 is all aluminum build, so there's really not much going on and nothing really interesting. It's pretty plain. But with the iPhone 8, now you have a glass back, so we're kind of going back to the iPhone 4 kind of layout, and I'm kind of a fan of it. My Nexus 4 used to have a glass back, but if I drop it or if I do something to it, I feel like I have to be a little bit more careful with it. And looking at the front of it, there's actually different home buttons as well. The iPhone 6 had a actual button, but the iPhone 8 copies the same thing that the iPhone 7 did, and now they have a kind of virtual home button. And there's also no headphone jack on the iPhone 8, where the iPhone 6 did have a headphone jack. Still looking at the front though, the displays are the same exact resolution, the same exact PPI, the same exact pretty much everything. The only main difference is that the iPhone 8 can get brighter, but realistically for me, I don't really care too much about that. I'm usually indoors when I'm using my phone anyway. The iPhone 8 also has 3D touch, which is definitely a cool feature, but it's not necessary. I'd lived a very long time without 3D touch. Both phones have the same 1820 milliamp hour battery size, but the iPhone 8's battery life will be much better than the iPhone 6's battery life. Because of the new chips, they're much better at battery efficiency and all that. The iPhone 8 also has wireless charging, which is honestly, dude, that's such a huge addition. That's honestly a huge feature. And now the iPhone 8 also brings the Bionic A11 chip. It's much faster than the iPhone 6's A8 chip. I mean, it's not that bad. If you don't need much power, the iPhone 6 will obviously do the job, but obviously the iPhone 8 will outperform the iPhone 6 in any way you go about it. So if performance is something that's super important to you and you need the latest and greatest in performance and you use heavy tasks all day every day, obviously jumping up to the iPhone 8 will not be that bad of an idea. Now switching to the back of the phones real quick, the iPhone 6 has a 8 megapixel camera and the iPhone 8 has a 12 megapixel camera. The iPhone 8, 6S, and 7 all have the same 12 megapixel sensor, but that doesn't mean they all shoot the same photos. The iPhone 8 obviously shoots better photos than the 7 and 6S, but with the 6, it's kind of a huge different thing because we're using different megapixel count here. But beyond that, the iPhone 8 is also able to shoot 4K videos and 1080p videos at 240 frames per second, I believe. And there's also a ton more features that the iPhone 8 camera has that the iPhone 6's camera does not have, because the iPhone 6 camera is only able to shoot 1080p videos. I haven't gotten a chance to actually test the iPhone 8's camera out, but within like less than a week from now, I'll be getting the iPhone 8 and I'll be having like so many videos on it. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those. And also the front facing camera on the iPhone 6 is 1.2 megapixels and the iPhone 8 is 7 megapixels. So if taking photos is super important to you, if you have like family or friends that you take photos with constantly, or you're like on Instagram all the time and you be flexing on Instagram and stuff, getting the iPhone 8 will probably be a huge upgrade here. Now the longevity of it, the iPhone 6 is only going to be supported for another year or so, but with the iPhone 8, it just began, it's not even out yet. So the iPhone 8 will obviously last you much longer than the iPhone 6 will because of the updates and the A11 chip and how much faster it is now. So the most common question I'm gonna get right now is, should you upgrade from the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 8? And my answer is, if you have enough money where you can spend however much it is, $700, $800 on one and be okay, then I would say go for it. It's an awesome upgrade. If you can live without the headphone jack, then that's probably the only thing that's stopping me from recommending it. But other than that, I mean, it's an awesome phone. It's a huge upgrade, so I would say go for it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the iPhone 6 is a bad phone either. It's definitely not the fastest phone, the best phone out there in the market, but I mean, because the price for them is pretty cheap, I don't mind recommending them for somebody who doesn't really need a lot of power on their phone or just checks Snapchat here and there and uses iMessage and make calls and call their parents or whatever it needs to be, or they need a more stable phone, I would say. But another thing I would say is that if you don't need the latest and greatest and you don't need like all the new features that the iPhone 8 has, you can even get an iPhone 7. They're much cheaper now, especially if you want to go the used route, and that's an amazing phone as well. And even the iPhone 6S is a huge upgrade from the iPhone 6. So I mean, I I would say look at your options. The iPhone 7 is much cheaper now, and the iPhone 6s is much cheaper now too. So I'll leave links to all the iPhones that I talked about in this video, so you can easily get them if you need to. And that's pretty much it. But dude, if you're new here, add me on all the social networks you see on the screen. You guys can talk to me. I'll talk to you guys back. Probably not. I mean, I'll see how free I am. I mean, I got a life to live too, dude. Like this video if you enjoyed it. If it helped you out in any way, please give it a like. Comment if you guys have any questions or concerns. If you guys have beef with me, or if you guys want to get in a debate with me or argue with me, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I'll try to answer back if I can. But if you're really new here, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 20,000 subscribers before the year ends, before 2018, guys. Can we make this birthday present come true, this Christmas present, this whatever present, wherever you live? Please, let's make it happen, guys. But more importantly than anything else I've said in this video, I love all of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.